Evening, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today on what was an 8-degree Monday today? Holy moly, Leather Bag Lady weather report. Everything is melting, water everywhere. I can only imagine what it's like up in my neck of the woods, but we will have a little bit of story time after today's lovely item. So, as you know, because I have been at my aunt's house in Sarnia for the month of February, I have only been listing small items. Tonight is the last time that I will be required to list more hair. I should be bald. I swear to God, the amount of hair I lose. The last time that I will need to list a small item. Come on, you dang thing. There we go. Because I am heading home tomorrow. So the last of my smalls is this beautiful leather 1980s Guess belt. Just a great piece. Now there is a little tiny area, just a tiny little bit of blemish. The belt needs moisturizing, and I don't have any of my moisturizer or any of that stuff with me. So I do have a little bit of work to do on a couple of the items. Beautiful suede back. Could you put an extra hole in there? Maybe, but I'm not sure if you would get enough because it's quite a big buckle. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's pretty well. It's a very small belt. And I actually didn't measure it, so I'm not sure. The measurement will be in the listing because I have not done the listing yet. But Auntie is not here, so I'm going to get this video done before she gets back. Not that that's of any significance, but I just feel weird talking to the camera down in the basement in my little shack down here while she's upstairs. So nice leather 1980s Guess belt. Smaller size. The sizing will be in the listing. So yes, my last night here in Sarnia. I said that in December, but this will be my last night in Sarnia. I'm pretty sure. The Cowboys meeting me at my trailer tomorrow. I'm hoping that the handyman Keith at the park will dig my driveway out at least. Sandra across the road has requested some help because her roof on her deck is bowing because of the weight of the snow. I'm hoping that everything is okay at my place, but we will be prepared to, dig out the propane tank, because once I get home and put that heat back up, the propane's going to start flying out of the tank again. And we may need to go up on the roof and do that. I'm hoping that Keith got a chance to do my driveway. And maybe if he was feeling extra charitable, did my walkway and such. I don't have as much stuff to offload this time as I did in December. I went a little nutty in December buying stuff for my place. So I did laundry today. We're hoping we're going to get the water back up and running tomorrow. If we don't have to spend a lot of time shoveling and stuff, then we will be tackling the water issue. Now, the cowboy has a lot of experience with this, so he's going to bring heat guns and all kinds of stuff to try and get that water going. And I will be leaving a drippity drip, drip, drip tap open somewhere just to make sure the water is going to continue to flow. We do have a suspicion that my heated hose has crapped out. So I may be going, the cowboy said that Princess Auto has some good stuff. I need a few things from Princess Auto actually. So maybe, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's one in Orangeville. I don't know. There's one in Sarnia here. So but we are hoping to go to the RV show on Thursday, and you never know. There may be some vendors there that have some really good deals. Was watching a news story on the RV show that was in London, Valentine's Day weekend. And I guess people are buying up whatever new RV stock there is in anticipation of potentially the tariffs coming in March. So I never even gave that a thought. So it's going to be whatever it is. I did my grocery shopping today. It's all in the car. Like I said, it got up to 8 degrees today. I went to the library for a couple hours and I thought, here's me worrying about my stuff freezing. I was worried about it melting in the car. But anyway, I brought my vegetable stuff in. I don't want my lettuce freezing and all that stuff. And just can't wait to get home. I really, really can't wait to get home. I will miss Auntie and Auntie will miss me. You better believe that. And I will miss the convenience of having this great little suite down here and running water and a laundry facility. But it's time to go home. It is time to go home. I've been diligently working on a plan to, start rebuilding my business because, as I've mentioned many, many times, the postal strike has killed me. Not being able to offer bags has killed me. And I've really been thinking very hard about that. I am anticipating that wintering at my trailer is going to be a bit unrealistic. I know this winter has been incredibly different from the average winter. This is more like the 70s winters that Canadians used to get. I was not here in the 70s. My family came in 1980. So I have just heard the tales of those terrible, terrible winters. Well, that's what north of Toronto. I am northwest of Toronto, I do believe. And it has been just ridiculous. There is snow forecast every day for the next 10 days, albeit just a centimeter or 2 or 3 or 5. But it's the wind, it's the gusts, it's the drifts, it's all that kind of stuff. So I just don't know if I want to be bothered with it next year. I'm hoping that I can build a little bit of a financial buffer so that I always usually take February off just because February is a really lean month for retailers. And I'm hoping that maybe January I can do the same just because I don't have that sad thing, that seasonal affect disorder. I don't have that. But I do from time to time have low points. I've had a couple of significant brushes with depression in my lifetime. And I really, really, really do need to monitor it and manage it. Haven't had an episode, almost did at the end of my marriage. I could feel some stuff starting to happen, which is really why I put my running shoes on and ran when I was asked to leave, because I could feel those dark thoughts starting to happen. I'm not sure if being on my own, I'm on my own a lot. I lived in my house in Hamilton 17 years. Only one of those years, he who shall not be mentioned lived with me. Prior to that, the kids were there for the longest time. And then probably for a good 8 years or so, I lived there by myself. I didn't have a problem. I didn't have all kinds of guests, visitors. My house was such a disaster. I did not invite people to my house. I was so embarrassed. So I don't know. Being home because you want to be home and being home because you can't get out are two different things. There was a period last week where Dufferin County Road 25 was closed. And that is a very different thing to just deciding you don't want to go out in the snow. So, I got some decisions to make and I'm trying to reassess my business and how I can offer my bags and some other items in person. Every year I say I'm going to not do my shows anymore. Honestly, every year I say that. But this year I'm leaning hard into my shows because it really is the only income I have that is, and even that's not guaranteed. So I'm trying to desperately kind of figure out how I can do both. And Yeah, I'm going to be working on that fairly fairly diligently. There was an update on the Canada Post website today saying that they're still, in arbitration, or they're still at the table or whatever. There is no new contract even up for what is the word you use? Like, it's not even there for them to look at. They haven't even got it yet. So I'm honestly anticipating that if they don't get their shit together soon, I'm going to be in the same situation in May as I was in November, December. And I am not going to all the stress of rebuilding this business just for it to fall apart again. I'm almost just thinking I might just kind of keep showing you an item or two here or there and just lean into some other content, just some fashion trends, purse trends, color trends. And I even did a little bit of a deep dive on retail therapy. So on my business card, I call myself the purse therapist. Now, I am a recreational therapist, and I didn't think it was that big of a leap to call myself a purse therapist. So I did a little bit of a dive on the definition of therapy, the definition of retail therapy, and it's really kind of interesting. It's opened up a bunch of different avenues that I think I might want to go down. And in a previous video, I shared with you the show Mr. Selfridge, and I had said that he was kind of the birth of retail as an outing. And even in this online dive that I did, absolutely, they mentioned Harry Gordon Selfridge, as kind of the instigator of retail as recreation. And I really like the idea of doing a little bit of more research on that. And I feel that, I mean, there is a very dark side to retail therapy because you're spending money you don't have. And I would like to present my business as a in-between. If you're a shopper, you're a shopper. If you like to medicate yourself, I mean, there's people who do it with drugs, there's people who do it with exercise, there's people who do it with sex. Not me. There's people who do it with alcohol, there's people who do it with food, and there's people who do it with shopping. Now, can you say all of those methods are bad? Yes, you can. But there's a middle point. And I think buying gently used items that are new to you but amazing quality is a midpoint. And I really want to do a little bit more of a deep dive on that. So I'm thinking about maybe just offering you just some knowledge, just some chitty chat stuff. And as I said, maybe directing you to my Facebook page where I will have individual bags for sale, because I'm also trying to cut down on the amount of storage that I need. The storage unit is killing me financially. And in order to have the Etsy shop and have my Shopify store, I need to be listing consistently. So I'm going to maybe cut back on that, just because there's no point in having hundreds of bags if my footprint on Etsy is 0. And right now it is 0. Even though I have 1,300 plus sales, it is still 0. So I'll test the waters a little bit to see if I start posting bags again. That will change, but just a huge shift. And I think maybe it's time to maybe look at some of those changes that I've wanted to make. Just like this time last year, I had talked about doing the Shop at the Shed for years. And He Who Shall Not Be Mentioned and I were not doing very well. And I would be spending a lot of hours in the shed just to put some distance between us. And I just thought, you know what? Let's just do it. And I flicked the camera on, flicked my phone on, and started listening. And boy, was it amazing. Now, whether or not I can get that momentum back, I'm not sure, because when I go home, I will be able to reactivate all the bags that were on there before coming to Sarnia. So I don't know. It's a bit of a big shift. The cowboy has a very dear friend who is a graphic artist and manages a lot of websites and things for people. So he's going to maybe connect the two of us up and see if we can't kind of spitball. I put a notice out to the Grand Valley Small Business Facebook page, just asking if anybody had any experience with Etsy retail, Shopify retail. Because I did I threw a bit of money at it, not this past November, but the November before. And the young woman that I connected with was wonderful, but she didn't have any retail sales experience online, social media. And that's really what I need. So I don't want to waste any more money, just because somebody knows how to get their way around websites and stuff. So anyway, that is it for today. I'm pretty sure there won't be a video tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have time. It depends. See how much work needs to be done when I get home. And I'm just looking forward to sitting in my living room with a vodka, water, and juice or whatever I have it. I have done dry February. So from January 25th until tomorrow, there has been not a drop. And Auntie has asked me a couple of times. I'm like, nope, because I thought I would have lost a bunch of weight this month, but I didn't. I gained a pound. So I can tell you that I've been eating my face off the last 2 or 3 days, but it will all stop when I get back home. Considering whether I'm going to join a gym, like there's a lot of stuff. My poor head is just swimming. I haven't been able to sleep. And hopefully I can calm down once I get home. Anyway, if you're still with me, Nora, I know you're still with me, girl. I will talk to you maybe tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest. Bye, everybody.